Hey everyone. Okay, it's Joe. Time for an update to my update. Yeah. So I just found out yesterday that my friend can't come after all. Disappointed. Yeah. So it turns out, and I thought it was kind of weird that they were going to be able to make it with all the quarantine and stuff that's still in place. But I figured, okay, they must have looked into it and figured it out and everything's okay. So awesome. And her timing would have been perfect because it would have been right at the end of my semester and before my next semester begins. So, it gave me motivation and incentive to finish my last paper. And then I found out that they looked further into it, and it turns out that it's just not worth it for them with the quarantine timing and everything, so they had to cancel. So much for that, which leaves me to finish my final paper, which appropriately is for a course called Strategic Surprise. And there's the strategic surprise. The paper has been throwing me curveballs and strategic surprises from everywhere, left, right, and center. So I'm really kind of struggling with this. I was hoping to have that extra incentive to get it done by the end of this week. I have to get it done by the end of this week, no matter what. I'm going to be working very hard at that, trying. So far not doing very well, but anyhow. So yeah, I'm actually looking at the fall of the Shah of Iran and the overthrow of President Mubarak in Egypt. So it's kind of like a comparative study of strategic surprise and about popular protest. And it's actually really interesting. I'm finding it really interesting learning about the Shah. I watched Egypt happen, like the Arab Spring. I watched it happen in real time. We were working on issues in Egypt at the time. So there's not that much new there for me, although some of the background, I guess some of the detail in terms of policy going on in Egypt at that time and what some of the things that Mubarak did on the economic side as opposed to the human rights side is new for me, so that's been kind of interesting. But the Shah of Iran, I was little when that happened, so I didn't know. I don't know anything about it really. So I'm finding that really super interesting, but it's also all very ironic in light of what's happening back home right now and peaceful protesters being called terrorists, etc. So I have very mixed feelings about this whole project, and there you go. I went political. So anyways, I will let you know next week how it went, if I finished it or not, or if I'm still battling it out. I better not be still battling it out, but in the meantime I have been getting some marks back, and so far the final marks that I've gotten, I've been very pleased. So, yeah, you can go back to school in your 50s.